Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. Good morning, Marge, Matt, Janet. They roll over, they roll up, so I can't see all of you. But in any case, welcome to our Saturday morning practice. We'll be spending the next hour and a half together. It's a once a week boot camp, practicing our equanimity, empathy, compassion, and loving kindness, otherwise known as the four immeasurables. So those are my words today, the four immeasurables. So I'm going to explain that as we go. And right now, let's just concentrate on our practice, focusing on our body. Let's stretch our spine and then relax our spine. Open our shoulder and then relax our shoulder. Focus on the center of a palm. Bring our hands together. Bring it up to a shoulder level. And then now we're going to do some warm-up exercise, something that we call the joint exercise, working on the joints one at a time. Right now, we're working on the wrist. So I want you to focus on that wrist. And every time you turn that wrist, you ask yourself, where is my mind? If my mind is somewhere else, invite the mind back. Focus your mind, focus on it, on your wrist. Examine the feeling on your wrist, examine the change of the feeling on your wrist, one at a time. So the entire hour and a half, we're actually practicing meditation. It's just that some of it is dynamic and some of it is static. So right now we're doing meditation in motion. And when we meditate in motion, our mindfulness is on our body. Now we're going to turn the other way. Keep focusing on your wrist. Keep examining the feeling on your wrist, the change of feeling, any heat, sweat, numbness, tightness, or even pain. Now bring your hands down and open your shoulder again. Relax the shoulder. Focus on the center of the palm again. Bring up the hands. Can you guys see me out there? All right. Now focus on the elbow. We're going to move from the wrist to the elbow. Again, same thing, same protocol. Before you turn your elbow, examining your mind, focus on the elbow. Focus on the feeling of the elbow, examining the change of the feeling, one turn at a time. And go the other way, one at a time. And if you cannot see me, if there's any problem with Insight Timer, then I would ask you to go to the YouTube channel. We're also actually live casting on the YouTube channel as well. And now bring it down, back to the elbow again, back to the shoulder again, open that shoulder and then relax the shoulder. We're going to go from the wrist to the elbow to the shoulder. Focus on the center of the hand. Bring it up, crossing your hands slowly, rising above the shoulder, rising above the head. And then at this point, I want you to stretch. And then as you come down, focusing on the center of your palm, as if you're touching the walls on both sides, open that shoulder. And then when you come down, relax. Bring it back up again, following the center of your palm. Stretch, open, come down, relax, up, stretch, open, come down, relax, one at a time, one at a time, up, stretch, open, feel that shoulder, come down, relax, bring it back up again, stretch, open the shoulder, and come down. Now open the shoulder the other way. Open it first, come up, stretch, come back down, open the shoulder, stretch, come down, follow the center of your hand, open the shoulder, stretch, come down with the center of your hand, go up with the center of your hand, stretch, and come down. relax. Open the shoulder again, relax that shoulder. There are two energy points. There are a bunch of energy points around your shoulder. The two that I like to point out is that there's two here called the gate to the cloud. So if you go like this, you can feel it. There's a little cavity there. So all energy points are cavities, okay? That's in the Chinese word. They mean cave. And so this is the gate to the cloud. This is a very important energy point for the lung energy line. There's another one right here called the well of the shoulder. That's the gallbladder energy line. So I want you to open that and then focus on top and then just relax, okay? So once again, open and then relax. Now we want to go from the front to the back, focus on the center of the palm again. Bring up the hand very slowly, following the center of the palm. Now get ready. Go up. Open the shoulder as far back as you can. Really, really feel the pain on your shoulder. Accept that pain. Relieve. Relax. Bring it back up. Feel that pain. Accept that pain. Let go of the pain. Go up. Open the shoulder. Feel it. Accept it. And then let it go. Bring it back up again. Open the shoulder. Feel it. Accept it. And then let it go. One more time. Open the shoulder. Feel it. Accept it. And then let it go. Now sit up straight. Hands in the back. As far back as you can. Bring it up. Stretch. And then come down. Bring it back. Stretch. And then come down. All the way back. Stretch. And then come down. All the way back. Up. And stretch. And then all the way down. So without really specifically mention anything, the elephant in the room is that there has been a massacre. Actually, it happened the night before our last Saturday practice. So by the time I woke up in 7:30 in the morning, I didn't know anything yet. But as soon as we finished our class last week, I realized that there was a shooting. And then amazingly, Monday morning, there was another shooting. Of course, in the US, we kind of got incentivized by all that because it happens so often. And the month of December has 31 days, and we already have 3 deaths in a country, a fellow countrymen. So it's been a tragedy all along for our citizens. But this time it really hits home. It really, really hits home because the two cases, one in Alhambra and Monterey Park, was among the Chinese Americans, and similarly, the one in Half Moon Bay were Chinese Americans. So I'm sure it came as a shock to everyone, including myself, that we're supposed to be the model minorities. We're not supposed to have mental problems. We're not supposed to have violence problems. But it happens. It happens. And so we actually did a discussion on Wednesday night with a monk that we practice with in every Wednesday night.大家等一等下，有啲問題。We have some difficulties outside, so let's just figure out what happened. OK，唔緊要，我哋繼續嚇，我繼續用英文，因為出邊嗰個平台斷咗，但係佢哋可以喺 YouTube 繼續嘅。So we'll continue. I'm assuming that some of you is already on the YouTube channel. So we'll continue. And I sent out a message on our fellowship, mindfulness fellowship circle. And maybe some of you can reach out to that. I can't really type too much. So let's just continue with the practice. We're only about 10 minutes in. So let's continue and practicing on our four immeasurables. And right now we want to concentrate on both the equanimity and empathetic joy. So let's again open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, hands in front, left hand in front, right hand in stretch out, following the right hand very gently, making a circle. Now, once again, open that shoulder, feel that pain, accept that pain, and then let go of the pain. Sit up straight, left hand all the way back, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Right hand, making a circle all the way around, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Sit up straight, left hand, open that shoulder, feel the shoulder, and then relax the shoulder. One last time, two more times. Right hand, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Left hand, one last time. Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. And relax. Focusing on the breath now, um, we're going from meditation in motion to meditation when we're in steady state. So now our attention is on our breathing. So those of you who were following on Insight Timer and got cut off but managed to continue on YouTube, can you go to the circle and maybe tell me that you're still there? Okay, so we continue to communicate through the circle. All right, now what we want to do now is we want to focus on our breath. And so we come back to the sitting position, open that shoulder again, be aware of the two energy points in front, and then relax the shoulder, be aware of the two energy points on the shoulder. And then now we want to focus on the breathing, one breath at a time, starting with knowing our breathing. I know that I'm breathing in. I know that I'm breathing out. Very relaxed. Okay, so now our next exercise, open the shoulder. And this is called throwing the fist or throwing the shoulder. So I want you to bring up your right hand, focus on the center of the palm, and then the other hand, just kind of put that on your thighs. Make sure you don't lose your balance. Get ready. And one, and come back. Left hand, oh, up, come back. Right hand, down. Sit up straight, down, up, up and down, up and up and down and down. One last time. Up, up, down and down. Now open that shoulder, following both fists. Get ready. One, two, three, four, and five. And Sana, can you? I saw you on the circle. Can you post the link? Can you post the link? Yeah. Okay. And now I want you to focus on your breathing again. Relax. So we've been through this before together when we have technical difficulties, and we have to embrace adversity. So whenever there's whatever it is that is causing a disturbance, it is important that you calm yourself down, I used this example once before, or maybe several times before. It's as if you are looking at the pond. The pond is very, very quiet. You can actually so quiet, so tranquil that you can see the moon reflecting off the top of your pond. And then something happens. And today, for some reason, Insight Timer dropped out. We can't communicate through Insight Timer. But maybe tomorrow, it could be something else. It could be as simple as your neighbors calling you for whatever reason and it bothers you. And it could be something as severe that require that you go home, get your gun, and just start destroying the world. It doesn't matter. You need to practice so that you're looking at your own pond, you're seeing the moon reflecting off the top of the pond, and someone just threw a rock into that pond, causing disturbance. And you need to practice, you need to train yourself that your first reaction is not to follow that rock, but instead you come back and you say, the rock is already gone. I feel it, I accept it, and then I'm letting it go. And it's much more important for me to come back to my pond and just looking at the surface of the pond now, seeing all the ripples that was caused by the disturbance. But I choose not to follow. Instead, I choose to maintain my own harmony by looking at the pond and start to see the moon again, even though the moon is in pieces because the pond is so disturbed. But if I keep looking at the pond and keep calming myself, keep observing my own breathing one at a time, know that I breathe in, know that I breathe out, and eventually the pond would be quiet enough that I can see the moon again. And that's the way you practice. Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. So even though we're not working in optimal condition today, our favorite platform is gone for whatever reason, it's not important. It's not important. We still have YouTube. We still have Facebook. Let's come back to what we have, focus on that, and just let everything go. Okay? Now we're going to work on essentially the vagus nerve, starting at the neck, the shoulder, and the back, and then part of the arm right here. But we're also working on the throat. Okay, so we're going to be doing a serious exercise that is essentially activates the vagus nerve, allowing us to entice and guide ourselves into the what we've been calling the rest and digest mode. Okay, because modern people, we spend way too much time almost entirely in our fight or flight. And so we need to regain that skill. And not knowing that skill, losing that art is the reason for a lot of our modern diseases, both um, physical and emotional. Okay, so it's very, very important that we focus on that. And so now we're going to go into a different part of the practice of the four immeasurables. So earlier, before we got distracted, we were focusing on equanimity and empathetic joy. And now we're going to focus on loving kindness and compassion. Loving kindness is just love. It's just love, unconditional love. But it's very easy to forget that that love starts with ourselves. We got to bring that back into the origin that all love starts with ourselves. So earlier, before we got distracted, I was talking about this who committed this heinous crime of killing 11 people, wounding 9. And after he finished the first location, he went another 10 blocks or so to a different location. He went from Monterey Park to Alhambra. And by the way, this is where I am basically. This is where I come down to LA, and that's the neighborhood that I visit. Those are the stores that I go for shopping. This is my neighborhood. And a big part of that is that he was on the path of self destruction. He was basically on a suicidal mission. It's just that he decided to take as many lives with him as possible. So that's the extreme form of losing all loving kindness, including love for himself. And this is very, very, very sad. And this is something that we need to remind ourselves that before you could love someone, you need to love yourself. And your body needs love. The body remembers all the trauma that we put on ourselves. We actually put it on our body. So it's time to give that love to our body. This is where we start. This is the beginning. So I want you to open that shoulder again, relax that shoulder. This series of exercise is actually quite complex. It involves the body working with the vagus nerve, using that to activate our parasympathetic nerve, putting us back into the rest and digest. At the same time, we're chanting using our throat, which is part of that nervous system, but also working on our mind, bringing our mind back to loving kindness. And from that, we would start to practice our compassion. And loving kindness and compassion is the ultimate solution to everything, including longevity. Look at me. Every day I'm reversing aging. I feel young. I will look at pictures, and I was so much older before I practiced. And now I'm happy. I'm practicing form immersible, not just here, every day, every minute. Okay, so I want you to come back. I want you to trust me that this is the solution. This is the path. I want you to focus on yourself. I want you to bring that loving kindness to yourself. I want you to stretch your spine, open that shoulder, relax that shoulder. Identify the two energy points in front called the gate to the cloud. Bring up your two hands, locate your thumb, put the thumb in front of the gate to the cloud, roll up your four fingers. I want you to now focus on your elbow. I want you to bring up that elbow, and as you bring up the elbow, the shoulder will go up as far up as you can, as if you're bringing your shoulder all the way up to your ears. And now I want you to point your elbow back. As you point your elbow back, you're opening your shoulder. You feel the stress in the back of your shoulder as if you're squeezing a tennis ball. Now I want you to drop that shoulder, and the elbows are pointing down. This is where you want to relax. And now I want you to point the elbow forward. And as you point the elbow forward, you're rolling up your shoulder. Your heads are looking down, and you're bending your back. Now this is the starting point. As you bring up your elbow, I want you to breathe in very gently. Feel the air that you're breathing in. Now relax, open that shoulder. And then as you come down, I want you to breathe out very gently again. Now point the elbow forward, relax. And as you come up, breathe in again. Feel the positive energy that is coming in. As you come down, I want you to breathe out. Feel the negative energy that you're releasing. As you come up, as you breathe in, I want you to be very grateful to your body. As you open your shoulder, come down, breathe out. I want you to accept your body. Feel it, accept it. Open, open, breathe out. It's very simple. Breathe in when you go up, breathe out when you come down. Completely focus on your body, as if you're whispering to your body, as if you are giving all the loving kindness to your body. Now, as we come up, I want you to follow me. Say to yourself, I wish I would be relieved of all animosity or all negative energy. As you come up, say to yourself, I wish I would be relieved of all mental suffering. Come down, come up, say to yourself, I wish I would be relieved of all physical suffering. Come down, breathe out. As you come up again, breathe in, say to yourself, I wish I could be protected with all positive energy. Come down. And then now we want to do is imagine that there's a bunch of concentric circles. In the very middle is yourself. And now when you have loving kindness to yourself, you're ready to expand that to out in the next circle, which includes your family and your friends. Breathe in, open, come down. Focus entirely on your body and then say to yourself, I wish my friends and my family can be relieved of all negative energy and all animosity. Come up, say to yourself, I wish my friends and my family would be relieved of all mental suffering. Come down, go up again and say to yourself, I wish my family and my friends could be relieved of all physical suffering. Come down, relax, go up again, and then say to yourself, I wish my friends and my family could be relieved, could be protected with all positive energy. Ready? Now you're ready to turn that loving kindness into compassion. And I want you to focus on all the people that you don't know, you have no relationship with, that are suffering. And you notice that every time there is a massacre, there's a mass killing, there are copycats. These people are in great, great pain. And I want you to focus on them. I want you to bring that positive energy to them, relieve them of their suffering. Okay, get ready. May all beings be relieved of all animosity and negative energy. May all beings be relieved of mental suffering. May all beings be relieved of physical suffering. Relax. May all beings be protected with positive energy. We're ready to continue. We're going to be chanting in Pali, the original language of the historical Buddha. I want to use this powerful, powerful way of bringing goodness to the world. I want you to focus on your body. Breathe in as you come up. Open that shoulder. Breathe out as you come down. And let's go. Let's start chanting. Sabi Sata Avoya Sabi Sata Ayabata Sukhi Sutam Sukhi Breathe in, open the shoulder, breathe out. One last time. Breathe in, open the shoulder, and then breathe out. And then relax, sit up straight, open your shoulder again, relax, put your right hand on the left side of the head above the ear, sit up straight, pointing the top of the head to the ceiling. Now bring your heads to the right, fight it with your neck, and then relax. Left hand on the right hand side, bring it to the left, fight it with your neck, and then relax. Put the two hands in the back of your head, looking down, 45-degree. Bring your heads down, fight it with your neck. Feel the stress on your neck. Maintain that stress. Rotate to the left, come back to the middle. Rotate to the right, come back to the middle. Rotate to the left again, come back in the middle. Rotate to the right, come back in the middle. And then now relax, completely relax. Again, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, and then lean back the forehead. Completely relax. Rotate to the right, rotate to the front, rotate to the left, rotate to the back, rotate to the right, now to the front. Turn it around, counterclockwise, to the right, to the back, to the left, to the front, to the right, and then to the back, and then relax. Okay? And this is a rather complicated set of exercise, and it's a it's really mind body together. Okay, the body is doing its thing, and the mind is doing the same thing, right? The body is all about relieving yourself of trauma and stress by working on the vagus nerve, which really starts at the neck all the way down, eventually to your stomach, and it works on your throat through chanting, and it also at the same time putting your mind into loving kindness, bringing love to your body, bringing love to your family and friends, and then ultimately turning that into compassion, and then letting that positive energy be shared among others. And it's a very powerful practice, very, very powerful practice. And sometimes uh, I get tears in my eye when I practice, feeling the vibration in my body. And every time after I finish, I feel my mouth is very, very wet, because when you're in the rest and digest, then your salivary glands are turned back on, and your digestive system and your reproductive systems and your immune systems all turn back on. So it's also a very, very healthy practice. So a little bit on the four immersibles. A little bit on the four immersibles. So I mentioned the four immersibles are four things, starting with loving kindness, compassion, empathy or empathetic joy, and then ultimately equanimity. So the four immeasurables are also called the four Brahma Vihara, the four chambers of the Brahman realm. So it's a complicated way of saying it. So I think it's worth explaining the reason, the meaning of the four immeasurables, and why is it sometimes called the four immeasurables, and why is it sometimes called the four Brahma Vihara. Okay. Now, everybody knows Zen meditation, right? Japanese Zen is both a practice and a culture. And the word Zen came from the Chinese word Chan, and that's when meditation is particularly the Soto meditation went from China to Japan in the Tang Dynasty, and so they brought that practice to Japan, and they the pronunciation is different, so it went from Chan to Zen. Okay, and in Korea it's called Sun, and then in Vietnam it's called something else. It's just the way that they pronounce the word, but it's the same word. It's Chan. And Chan actually came from another word called Chana. And Chana is the Chinese way of pronouncing jhana. Jhana is the state of meditation. It's a very deep state of meditation. And so we talk about how, as a being, we exist in a realm called the realm of desire. Desire means that we have our eyes, our nose, our tongue, our body, our ears, those are the sense organs, and we sense the outside elements, the sound, the sight, and the taste, and the touch, and so forth. And from that, we become very attached to them. And when we become very attached to them, we're no longer an enlightened being. So when we practice to be enlightened, it's another way of saying that we want to emancipate ourselves of all of these bodily existence. And once you do that, then you relieve yourself from what is called the desire realm to be in a different realm. And the total of three realms. There's the form and the formless. The form and the formless is what we call the Brahman realm. So when you enter the Brahman realm, you have four chambers. Those four chambers are the chamber of loving kindness, the chamber of compassion, the chamber of empathy, and the chamber of equanimity. Okay, so jhana or chana or zen, they are both a journey and a destination. They're both a journey and destination. In your practice, however you do it, when you attain enlightenment, the first place you go to are the four chambers. So that's the journey, that's the destination. But at the same time, you can practice that, right? So that's what I mean by both a journey and a practice. So here we practice the loving kindness, compassion as a group, and then we practice the empathy and the equanimity as another group. So we did the first part in the very beginning when we talk about feeling the body, accepting the feeling, and then letting go. That's practicing equanimity, and then ultimately attain joy in what we call the empathetic joy. Okay, and then now we just finished practicing what is called the loving kindness and compassion, turning our love to ourselves, to our family and friends, to compassion to the world. All right. So and then we'll come back to the loving kindness. I mean the empathy and the equanimity in a minute. So right now, let's continue to pay attention to our body, continue to work on the love to our body, and the love to our body is the ultimate love to our family. It's the ultimate love to our family, right? So as we enter into what I call golden years, the thing that we want to do is we want to lessen our burden on the society and on our family. And we want to live a not only a healthy life, but a joyous life. Okay. So we're going to continue to do that. So right now, I want you to focus on the body once again. Focus on the body once again. And I want you to um, work on a couple of energy points that are important. So I think in the modern society, my own experience is that I am most concerned about dementia, right? Most concerned about dementia. The second thing that I'm concerned about is cancer, right? Those are changes in the body. They're not being attacked by the outside agent. And similarly, heart attack and diabetes. So those are the four things that I work on with my family, my mom, and my friends as we go into our golden age. So right now, I want to focus on the maintaining vitality of the brain. And so there are three energy points that are very important for that. The one in the back is called the palm of the wind, and then the one on the side, these are the temple, and then the very top of the head is called the 100 beats. So we're going to work on all of that, okay? All right, so first, I want you to open the shoulder again, relax the shoulder, stretch your spine, and then lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin, put the hands in the back, locking your fingers. Using your thumb, find that cavity right here on both sides. Now I want you to sit up straight, and then I want you to use the thumb to push down on that cavity, and then at the same time, fight it with your neck. And then I want you to focus on the feeling. And as you push down your thumb, as if you're pinching the hose, you feel a little bit of pain, maybe a little bit of numbness. And so it's like, this is like pinching the water hose, okay? And then just let it go. Now use the right hand, put that on the left hand side. Again, push down with your fingers, push down your fingers, fight it with your neck, and then pull that towards the right, as if you're opening that cavity. And then now use the other hand, put that on the right hand side, push down with your four fingers, and then pull that as if you're opening the cavity. Pull that towards the left. And you feel a little bit of sensations in the top of your head because you're opening that chi, and it's a yang energy because it's in the back, it's facing the sun, and the 100 meat on top of the head is where all the yang energy comes together. So now is a good time to massage. I want you to focus on all 10 fingers, four fingers at the forehead, and then the thumb on the side, using the flat part of your finger, not your nail, and then just gently massage. But it's very important that as you massage, you focus on your brain, the big brain, the back of the head, and then the little brain, as if you're saying to yourself, I got you, I got you. Bring that loving kindness to yourself, second time, and then third time. And you have to understand how your brain works, okay? So if you suffer from dementia, the first thing's going to happen is you're going to lose some cognitive function. That's the big brain in front. Then you're going to lose your memory, or you get your memory all mixed up, not understanding the people you see now are the people that you grew up with or whatever. All of a sudden you have two families. There's one that you in your memory, and there's one in front of you. Okay, so that's this right here. And then eventually you lose your motor functions. Okay, you can't um, you need people to care for you. Okay, so once again, very important to give that loving kindness to yourself. Really feel it, and then let it go. Now we're ready to do some massage. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, stretch your spine. And typically a head is like this, so I want you to lean back the forehead as if the ears on top of your shoulder, and then tuck in your chin. So the top of the head, this energy point that we'll work on, is now on top of the spiral cord. So it's not just your brain that you want to work on, it's the entire central nerve system. So now I want you to take all your 10 fingers, put that on top, and then tap it up and down, okay? Now I want you to use your brain. Count 30 times. Get ready, go. And then massage. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. All right. So these yang energy lines, they come up. One is named after the bladder. The other one is named after the gallbladder. There's one that's named after the stomach and the intestines, both the large and the small. And they all come up to the front, and then they eventually come to your face. So there's a lot of energy points in the face that we want to work on that has some local effect. So the ones around the eyes are good for the eyes, around the nose are good for the nose, but they also have a global effect in that they are the one that channel the chi. Okay, so we want to now work on them. So there are two energy points, and right in front, at the eye, in the beginning of the eyebrow. So if you use your index fingers, you can feel that there's a cavity, or And now, but it's very important that you sit up straight. And then you use the index finger, you apply pressure, maybe a little bit of reaction on your neck, and just maintain that pressure. Maintain that pressure. You feel a little bit of numbness when you do that. Okay, now relax. Using the two index finger, put that in between your eyebrow, and then now squeeze your brow. One time, two times, and then three times. Okay, now there's another energy point. This is actually the energy line named after the bladder, and this is the last to this is the second to the last. The very last point is in between your corner of your eye and the eyebrow. So use your thumb, feel it on top of the bone, feel it on top of the bone. There's another cavity, and now use two thumbs, sit up straight, and apply pressure. It's on your bone, okay, on the bone. There's a cavity there. Now apply pressure. Now this relieve the pressure in your eyeball. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to do some eye exercise. As we grow old, we develop lazy eye. Okay, so it's important that we maintain um, um, the vitality of an eye muscle. So what we want to do is do some eye yoga. Close your eye, rotate your eyeball so you're looking up. Close your eye, okay, and then now look to the right, look down, look to the left, look up, to the right, down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right, down. Okay, now go the other way, counterclockwise. Right, up, left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, left, down. Okay, relax. All right, so now use your thumb and then now work on the under your eye back. There's another energy line here. And then now work on that. There's three energy points. And then right below your eyeball, your center of your eye, right here, there's a cavity, so push down. And then right outside your nostril, there's another one. This one is called a welcoming fragrance. So if you have sinus problem, this is a good one. And now use your two index finger and just go down like this to the corner of your mouth. Relax. Use four fingers and massage the very bottom of your jaw. There's an energy point here. There's also where your lymph nodes are. So it's a good place to work on. Okay. Now, we want to do some massage on the face. So let's put our hands together. The center of the palm pointing to the center of the palm. Generate some heat. Focus on that. And then put that over your eye. Don't press your eyeball, just empty hand. And just focus on feeling the heat from your palm. At first, you don't feel it. Now put back. And then one last time. Put that. And now I want you to put the center of the palm on top of your temple. This is the third energy point that's good for your brain. Massage that. And then massage the face. Back to the forehead, the top of the head, the back of the head, the lower part of your head, and the neck. And then come back. Massage. Okay, now we need to learn to massage your ears. The ears have a lot of energy points. And the ears, as I mentioned before, actually reflects the energy points that are in the fetus when you are inside your mother's womb. So everything that was in the fetus is now here. Okay, so it's actually divided into three parts, but upside down. So the very top part has to do with your kidney. The middle part has to do with your intestines and your stomach and your spleen and so forth. And then the very bottom has to do with your lung and your heart. So let's focus on the top part. Put your thumbs inside. There's an energy point here that we're going to make use in a minute. And put all four fingers in the back and massage. Now put the thumb in the middle and then again massage the back. Now we're going to do the very bottom. So use the index finger, put that inside and the thumb on the outside, massage. Now we're going to massage the tip and then yank. Massage the edge very thoroughly. And then massage the ear loop very thoroughly and then yank. And then now we're going to put the hands together behind the ears. We're going to do three things. We're going to stretch and we're going to massage and then we're going to pop. Okay, get ready. Gently. One time. Two time. Three time. Okay, All right, we're done with this. So now let's work on our fingers. So you notice that we spend a lot of time on the joints here and then on the extremities, both the top of the head, the ears, the fingers, and the toes. Okay, so to be of good health, you have to make sure that you have good circulations. And when you don't have good circulation, the body will prioritize, and it prioritize in making sure that you have enough oxygen in your internal organs, and as a result, all your extremities gets very, very cold. Your toes gets cold, your finger gets cold, your ear gets cold. Okay, and worst of all is the top of the head gets cold. Okay, all right. So now let's work on our fingers. We're gonna use the right hand, grab each joint, massage, pull, and then now we're gonna massage two sides of the fingernails. There's two energy points on each of the fingers. Pull, pull, and then massage. Pull, pull, and then massage. Pull, pull, and then massage. Okay, the other side, pull, pull, and massage. I know there's quite a few people are on YouTube. That's very nice. And then there's some comments. Okay, good, good, good. All right, just post comments here. Post comments on the circle. I try to at least know that I'm talking to someone. Okay. All right. Now pull, 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 pull. Now I want you to learn how to massage your fingers. So top of the hand, bottom of the palm, put that together. Squeeze the fingers and then just massage, back, massage. And then the next exercise is actually very good for your brain and your heart. Okay, now the reason that the fingers are important to the heart is that there are two energy lines that has to do with the heart. This is the heart and this is the pericardium. One is more emotional and it's more physical. So the fingers are good for the heart. The fingertips are good for the brain. All right. So I want you to put the fingertips together. I want you to focus on them and then I want you to count 30 times. Get ready? Go. Okay. Now I want you to learn a couple exercises that are good for um, your heart and your lung. Okay. Now the heart again is two functions. One is just the heart itself, and one is more the mental state. And then lung is much more generalized than just the organ lung. It actually has to do with minerals in your body, essentially your immune system. So we're going to work on all that. So first we're going to work on this energy point right here. So what you want to do is you put your hands together, forming a V, and then 30 times. Okay, now we're going to form a V again using the thumb. So the energy point is right here. So just put that together. And so we don't want to do that. So when you do that, it's bone against bone. That's not what we want. We want to kind of form the pressure between this part of the thumb. So the best is just to think that your hands are forming a V. Okay, now get ready, go. Okay, now we're going to come back. So this is the lung, this is the heart. We're going to come back to this. So between the pinky and the ring finger, come down until you're at the wrist. Imagine measuring 4 fingers, so 3 fingers, so 4 energy point. Put that together. This one actually has the same name as this energy point. It's the gate to the spirit. Okay. All right, put that together and just massage that. This one, if you have problems sleeping at night, this is a good exercise. Okay. Another exercise very good to do is remember this energy point that we talk about, which is the labor of the palace of labor. That when we rub together, we do this. There's another one on this side. So this one is between the middle finger and index, and then this one is sort of right below the ring finger. Now, there's a very good exercise, very simple exercise that you can do for all that. That would be good for your heart and emotion, is you just do a fist. So you take your hand, look how many joints, 2 joints, right? So one joint, so you fold the one joint like this, huh? Then you fold your second joint like this. So what happens is that your fingernails are now on top of the energy points. Then you lock it with your fist and you just squeeze your fist. One time, one joint, two joint, lock it with your thumb and then squeeze your fist. One joint, two joint, lock it with your thumb and then squeeze with your fist. Okay, and that actually is very good for your heart. Okay, it's just simple exercise, very simple. All right, so we're now ready to do some work with the fingers, and this will send a shock wave through the arm, clearing some of the energies in your arm. So open the shoulder, relax that shoulder, pointing all 10 fingers towards the camera. Okay, now the four fingers are the springs, the thumbs is the trigger, so we're gonna lock down the springs. Wind up the springs, but don't let it go yet. And then get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so this exercise is actually very good if you have carpal tunnel. All right, when you have carpal tunnel, or if you have problem with um, 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 your heart. Okay, so like things like the doctor said you have too much cholesterol in your blood. Well, the reason you have too much cholesterol in your blood is because you have inflammation, and so this actually is very good for that. So let's learn how to scrape these energy point lines. So starting at the wrist, the elbow to the wrist, there's a bunch of energy line. There's one in the middle is called the pericardium. The one above that is called the lung, and then on the other side of the bone is the yang side of the lung called the large intestines, and then in the middle is the triple warmer. So let's learn how to exercise that by scraping. So let's use the knuckle, stretch your arm, start in the elbow and just scrape. Okay, you feel electricities. And now sometimes you feel pain or sometimes you feel like there's a little knots in here. That's the blockage. Okay. And now we scrape on top of the bone, scrape on the top of the arm, scrape the back of the palm, scrape the fingers, come back, scrape the thumb, back to the fingers again, the back of the palm, the back of the arm, on top of the bone, inside of the arm. These are very, very good exercise. Okay. And on the right hand, on top of the bone, on top of the arm, back of the hand, the fingers, the thumb, back to the fingers, back to the back of the palm and the arm, the bone, and that. Okay, these are very good exercise. It's relieve you of a lot of pain. Pain is a result of blockage of the chi. Okay, now it's just inflammation. Okay, so now we're going to do the next exercise with the fingers. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, expose these two energy points. Okay, now put the we're gonna put the fingers together like this. Open the shoulder. Okay, back of the arm facing the camera. Get ready. One up. Back of the arm is still still facing the camera, so you're actually twisting the arm like this. Okay, now get ready. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we get ready to do some petting. So you notice that we do a lot of different modality: petting, acupressure, scraping, right, massage, and of course those are the things that we can do on our own because we're not professional. But if you are seeking professional help, then they'll be able to use the needle, do acupressure, right? And or they would be having a big incense. They use infrared, or they use suction cup, right? All kinds of modality, all working on the same system. Okay, so let's continue. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder using the right hand, empty hand, fingers on top, palm touching this part of the shoulder. Now count 30 times. Okay, get ready. Wake up. Continue. open the shoulder, right hand, left hand, sorry, right shoulder, right ear, wake up, continue 30 times. Okay, so I mentioned the mass killing last week and mentioned the discussion that we have talks about how mass killing is extreme form of suicide. It's basically um, destroying yourself and bringing other people with you. That's very very extreme. But it all started with trauma of one sort or the other. It could be trauma during the war, either be killed or to kill. Like killing someone is also a trauma, but it also can come from childhood, being abused as a child or being ignored as a child. And one of the things that we talk about is that it often would stun the growth. That's actually verified that when a child suffers trauma, it will stun the growth. And because there's an organ above the heart that is responsible for the growth hormone, it is also the one that's responsible for the happy hormone. It works both ways. So when a child becomes so sad, right, so traumatized that they actually stop relieving growth hormone, it is stunned the growth. And then you can turn it around and says, as we grow old, we come, happy childhood. But even with happy childhood, as we grow old, we lose some of that happy hormone. And so this next exercise will relieve more of the happy hormone, working on the heart. So again, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, putting the left hand on top of the head and squeezing gently the right ear. This is the energy point that corresponds to the adrenal gland, right? So what we want to do is encourage the happy hormone, but at the same time, restricting the stress hormone. Taking the right hand, put that on the left hand side, count 30 times. Wake up, continue. And go the other side. Left hand, right side. Get ready, go. Continue. Oh, okay. One last energy point. Actually, all three of them. Open the shoulder, relax, stretch out the left arm. Okay. Lock your elbow, the palm at the same level as the eyebrow. Use your right hand, empty hand, fingers on top, and then the palm on the side. Ready? Now, two things. Lock your elbow, empty hand. So you're actually popping it, right? Putting air in that, not just like this. Okay. Get ready. 30 times. Wake up. Continue. And then the other side, stretch left, right elbow. Get ready. Listen. Wake up. Continue. Okay. Now we're done with the upper torso. So let's work on the other part of extremities, which are the toes. Okay. All in the spirit of giving ourselves the utmost loving kindness, with understanding that when we have good physical and good mental health, that is in essence, the best gift we can give to our family. Okay, all right. So we're gonna work on our toes now. So let's start with the left. It doesn't really matter if you start on the right or the left. Okay, just that I'm a person of habit. So when I do something, I just keep doing it the same way. This is also part of the Zen practice. Just keep honing your craft. So we're gonna massage each and every one. Then we're gonna massage this area, the neck. Now we're gonna massage the inside the toes. So open your toes, form that V, massage the side as well as the bottom of the V. Especially this one. This one is actually tied to the liver. So if you have a habit of waking up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, um, for whatever reason, then it means that your liver has too much fire. And then now we're going to massage the ball area. But when you massage the ball area, realize that at the very bottom of the ball is an important energy point. So we might as well do the same thing, putting the thumbs in here and just kind of squeeze that part. Now we're going to massage the heel. There's 5 energy lines, starting with the toes. The very last one is the one called the bladder, and it comes around the heel. So the heel is the important part. Now we're going to massage the inside around the arch. This is where the splint and the kidney energy comes through. Now we're going to learn to massage this part from this bone part to the corner of the nail. Now this has happened to be a very important energy part. This has to do with the splint. The splint is the earth element. The splint and the stomach is where you cultivate life. Okay, that's a very important part. Okay, now we're going to learn to massage around the angle. Okay, so there's an energy point here, energy point here. So let's just massage that as if this is like a fish hook. Okay, and then we're going to learn how to massage the inside. This is the splint energy line, and we're going to do scraping again. So from the knee to the angle, you feel the bone, inside the bone just scrapes. Okay, and then we're going to learn to do some acupressure. One point is behind the angle, between the angle and the Achilles heel, and then the other point is 4 fingers above the angle. You find the bone is on the south side of the bone. Okay, and massage. And now we're going to learn to massage the top side of the toes. So five toes, and then you have 4 lines in between. Massage. And then now come back, open the big toes, and the second one comes in here. You feel how the bones are coming together and fuse together. Right before that, there's an energy point right here. And then massage. This one hurts, okay? This one hurts. Now we're gonna back to the bottom of the feet again. And then, okay, bend the toes back. You feel this tendon here. Scrape this. And then, right? Scrape. And then one last point is this, is right here, right? So if you measure your bottom of your feet without the toes, 1/3 of the way, this is the gushing spring. Okay. And then now we're gonna do some tapping again. And this one is called mixing the water and fire. This is fire, this is water. Fire is the heart, water is the kidney. Okay, now we're going to bend the toes back and then forming an empty hand. Get ready, go. Continue. And then massage. Okay, quickly. Massage the toes. Notice how cold your feet are. Okay, not a good sign, right? That's why you need to massage. Massage the bent area, the neck area. Massage the inside. And then the bottom of the V. Massage the inside, bottom of the V. And then massage. Okay, and then squeeze the ball area, the heel, and then the arch, and then between this piece of bone and the corner of the nail, and then around the ankle, and then between the ankle and the knee, scrape, and then back to the ankle, between the ankle and the Achilles heel, one energy point. Above the ankle, 4 fingers, below the bone, another energy point. Okay, and then back, 4 fingers. I mean, not 4 fingers, 4 line. Come back, and then before the bone merge, and really put some pressure on that. Back, bend the knees, bend the toes back. Review this tendon, massage, scrape, and then acupressure again on this energy point. So this is very good for the brain. Okay. And then now do some tapping, mixing water and fire. Get ready, go. Continue. Okay, massage. Now today I'm going to introduce a new exercise that we're not going to do here, but I want to teach you so you can do that when you're watching television. This is a very, very good energy, a very good exercise. It has to do with the splint. And very often as we get old, especially women, they tend to have swelling in the feet. And that's because of splint deficiency. Splint also take care of the lymph node. So when your immune system is deteriorates, your lymph nodes are not working, you're not returning water, and you retain water, and that's a very, very bad thing. So one very good exercise to maintain your health is you stretch out your legs like this. You can see it, right? Let me back up a little bit. You stretch out like this. So when you're watching TV, this is the best way. Now you notice this bone here, okay? Now right in front of the bone is a very important energy point. So there's 3 energy points in the leg that each one are supreme to the yin energy line. This one is supreme to the splint. This one is supreme to the liver, and this one is supreme to the kidney. So this one is very important. This is so important because it's like the soil. If you don't have good soil, you can't grow anything. If your splint is deficient, you cannot cultivate life, all right? Because ultimately you have too much water retention here. So I want you to identify this point, and the energy point is right in front. So all you have to do is you stretch your legs like this. This is the perfect position you're in when you're watching television. You're putting your feet up anyway. So now I want you to aim at that piece of bone, okay, and just relax. Put your hands behind your back, and then just go like this. Boom, 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 okay? 30 times. Get ready? Go. Okay, this is the perfect exercise as we age, right? Very important to okay. 我星期一先教你哋呢個拍腳功 ，OK？ 星期一先教嚇。All right, get ready. All right, back to the sitting position. We're going to do some stretching now, and then we're going to do one last sitting before I end the class, okay? Just relax. Okay, we're going to do some stretching now. So whenever I travel, so this is probably the last time that I'm down in LA for a little while. My daughter is doing really well. So we're going to take a break from that. But then I'll be traveling to Japan at the end of February. So there was going to be a lot of travel. I'm going to, every time I travel, because I'm on Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is not very reliable for this kind of work. And when I'm at home, I'm actually on a wire connections, very reliable. Anyway, you have all these technical difficulties. That's okay. We live with it, and I value every minute that I have with you guys. Anyway, so let's do some stretching. Open the shoulder. Let's gonna start with some breathing. It's actually stretching of the diaphragm. Okay, it's another stretching exercise. So open the shoulder, relax that shoulder. Bring up your hands, locking your fingers. Put that below your belly button. This is the starting point. We're gonna take a deep breath. That's where we start, and this is where we end. Don't stop in the middle. Okay, get ready. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Stretch your elbow. Unknot your fingers. Imagine you have two big rocks on the side, and we're going to climb the mountain, stretching the upper part of your arm for the triple warmer. Get ready for the second. Breathe in. Breathe out. Climb the mountain and relax. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Climb the mountain and relax. Completely relax. Gonna stretch the back now. Sit up straight, open that shoulder. Again, locking your fingers, palm facing up, palm facing down. Stretch, lock the elbow, a little bit of tension on the fingers, eyes ahead. Locking your elbow now, bring up your hands. Keep pushing your fingers so you feel a little stress on your fingers. And then now bring it up. Okay, keeping your elbows stretched and your fingers tight. Now focus on the bottom of your spine and then stretch up and then bring it back. Come back to the middle. Excuse me. Stretch and then to the left. Come back to the middle. Excuse me. Stretch all the way to the right. Come back to the middle. Stretch all the way to the left. Come back to the middle. Stretch all the way to the right. Come back to the middle. And then relax. Back to your breath now. Okay, so when we're doing exercise, we were in fight or flight. Your body doesn't know that you're doing exercise. Body doesn't know. Oh, it's being chased by a lion again. Body doesn't know. Okay, but so we need to bring it back to the rest and digest. Tell your body, we're back in the cave. Everyone's okay. Give me back my immune system. Give me back my digestive system. Give me back my reproductive system. All of that. I want it back. Okay. Continue. Open the shoulder. Right hand touching the left shoulder. Top of the head facing the sky. Okay. Now grabbing to right elbow. And then stretch to the left. And then come back. The other side. Stretch to the right. And then come back. And then relax. Back to the breathing. Back to the breathing. Back to the rest and digest. Open the shoulder. Left hand, palm facing the sky. Right hand, fingers in between fingers and palm. Bring down the left hand. Stretch out your elbow. Lock your elbow. Eyes forward. Use your elbow to push up the hand all the way to eye level. Okay, a little bit of stretch on the fingers and the wrist. Now, without turning the body, take the left hand and stretch it to the right, all the way to the right. Come back, locking your elbow, and then relax. Back to the right hand. Bring it down. Push out the elbow, eyes forward. Bring up the elbow. Without turning the body, take your hand to this other side, and then back, and then relax. Okay, and back to the breathing. Okay, now we're gonna sit up, sit back, open the shoulder, right hand, palm facing the sky. So your wrist is actually 90 degree. Left hand pointing to the heaven, again 90 degree, okay? And open the shoulder. Imagine the sky is on top of your palm. Push the sky up. Imagine the earth is on top of your hand. Push the earth down. You're now supporting both the sky and the heaven. And then lean back the right arm, turn the head to the left. Keep turning until you reach the shoulder. Now keep turning your eye so you're looking at your back. And then bring back your eye, bring back your head, and then relax, go the other way. Okay, now again, the palm of the left hand is facing the sky. The palm of the right hand is facing the earth. Open the shoulder, open the shoulder. All right, now the sky is on top of your palm, right? Okay, push it up. The earth is on top of your palm. Push it down. Lean back the left arm. Turn the head to the right. Keep turning your eyeball until you can see your back. Come back to the middle, and then the head come back to the middle, and then relax. Back to the breathing. One breath at a time. The next one is called the reverse Buddha. Open the shoulder, relax, bringing your right arm, the two fingers pointing to the bottom of your spine. Sit up straight, stretch the right shoulder up, fingers pointing down, and relax. Left hand, fingers pointing to the bottom of your spine. Left shoulder up, fingers down, and relax. Back to the breathing. Open the shoulder, right arm touching the back of your spine, fingers pointing up to the shoulder. Now stretch the shoulder and point the fingers up. Relax the other arm. Point the fingers to the shoulder. Stretch the shoulder down and the fingers up. Now bring your right hand, put the two fingers together. The head's pointing the sky, eyes forward. Right shoulder up, left shoulder down, and relax. Go the other way. And top of the head to the sky again. Okay. Left shoulder up, right shoulder down, and relax. Back to the breathing. Okay. Now, two hands joining fingers, fingers to the fingers, palm of the hand pointing to the palm, center of the palm pointing center palm. Put the hands at the lower back, fingers pointing down. Rotate so the fingers pointing up, bring it up, and then rest it on your spine. Now, use your palm to push your spine forward, and then use your shoulder and lean back your shoulder. Reverse Buddha. And relax. Okay. All right. So now we're back to the last sitting meditation. And the last meditation where is the reverse of the first one. The first one is about equanimity, working towards joy. Now it's about joy, working towards equanimity. Hour and a half together. I'm very grateful for you. I'm very grateful for me. I'm very grateful for this body. I'm very grateful for my health. I'm very grateful for my family, for my parents, for my spouse, for my child. I have a daughter and a son. They live in Los Angeles. I see them every other week. Maybe next time I won't see them for another month or maybe a month and a half. But they're both adults in their 30s. My son is doing very well. My daughter is doing very well. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for my friends. Some of them I meet, I know every day. Some of them, like you, whom I never met. But I know of you. I'm very grateful of you. I'm very grateful for my teacher. I'm very grateful for America, this free society that we live in. It's not a perfect concept, a lot of flaws. I understand that. But I'm determined to leave it better than I found it. I'm very grateful for that opportunity. I'm very grateful for people who cause me harm and sadness and pain. Without them, I wouldn't have this opportunity to practice, to feel the pain, to accept the pain, and then ultimately to let go of the pain and be a better person. I'm very grateful. I'm learning how to be accepting, how to forgive, starting with myself. I learn how to accept myself. Every day I think about my dad who passed away at least a year, exactly a year ago. I think about all the things that I could have done better, but I accepted that it was the best I could do. I accept all the flaws of the people around me. They're doing the best they could do. They are who they are. I accept them. With that, I'm going to bring that happiness to my face, relax my eyelid so I can see the world through my eyelashes. They are the window to my soul, they're the window to the world. I bring that happiness to my mouth, to the corner of my mouth, so the world can see me as who I am. With that, I'm going to focus on my breath. I'm going to learn how to let go of my breath. That's the ultimate in equanimity. First, I'm going to start with just knowing my breath. I know that I'm breathing in. I know that I'm breathing out. I know that I'm breathing in. I know that I'm breathing out. This is the first of the practice called just knowing. The second part of the practice is called samatha. Samatha is when you focus your attention on one place and one place only. I choose to focus it on my belly button. As I breathe in, I move my belly button forward. As I breathe out, I move my belly buttons towards the back of my spine. Just my mind. I don't actually have to do anything. It's just my mind moving the belly button forward, my mind moving the belly button back. I'm not trying to beat my body into submission. I'm just enticing my body to move forward, enticing my body to move back. As a result, my entire body follows. As I breathe in, I open my stomach, my diaphragm goes down, increasing my lung capacity. As I breathe out, I collapse my stomach, pushing up my diaphragm, exhausting all the bad cheese inside my lung. Breathe in, move the stomach forward. Breathe out, move the stomach back. Belly button, sorry, back. Breathe out, breathe in. Now I'm ready to move this third stage of my practice, going from knowing to samatha to vipassana. Vipassana means contemplation, to observe. I just want to now observe my breathing as if I'm a bystander. I'm going to learn how to do that by borrowing my experience with watching the ocean. I imagine I'm back into the ocean, back into looking at my favorite beach. I see the water come up as if I'm breathing in. I see the water goes out as I'm breathing out. I'm going to synchronize my breathing with the wave. Water comes up, water goes out. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm going to watch the ocean and not participate in the ocean. I'm going to watch my breathing and not participate in my breathing. Just let my body breathe on its own. It breathes in and it breathes out. When the water comes up, it comes up to the top. and then it just stays there, and then it goes to the ocean. And when it goes all the way out into the ocean, and then it stays there too, then eventually it comes back up. Your breathing is the same. If you let it go, it would do the same. As your body breathes in, the world comes to a standstill. And then eventually your body breathes out, and your body and the world comes to a standstill. As we contemplate our breathing, we're going to shift the focus away from the breathing in and breathing out. We're going to try to find that space in between and focus on that space, especially the one after you breathe out. Just focus on the space. Give your body a chance to breathe on its own. This is like when you're working with your grandson, your granddaughter, you're teaching them how to cross the street. For the first 150 times, you hold the hands really tight and you walk together. But finally, you have to let go. You let go of the hands. Your child, your grandchild looks at you and says, "What's going on?" And you just look back and says, "Now it's your turn." The child finally understands it. It takes that bold step. That's what you have to do with your breath. Breathe in, relax, breathe out, relax, and just hold back. Don't breathe in. Let your body breathe in. Your body will eventually figure out that it has to breathe on its own, and it will do that. Don't worry. Okay, so we're going to spend 5 minutes practicing that, letting go of your breath. 5 minutes. Okay, open your eyes, put your hands again together again, and then massage the face. We started our hour and a half practice with loving kindness, and we're going to end it with loving kindness. Okay, and then 5 times. Focus on the elbow. Get ready. Okay, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. Not sure why it is. Maybe it's with the Wi-Fi. Maybe it's with the inside timer. But no worry. Okay, so we learn how to back up. So next time when we do this, try to open your YouTube channel as well, just in case. And with that, I'll bid you goodbye and be safe, be happy, and be at peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
大家好。
好，我哋星期一見吓，星期一見。OK，拜拜，
Thank you.
拜拜。
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye everyone. Thank you for everything, and see you next week.